Hey everyone, welcome to the Oasis podcast. I'm your host, Miss AJ. Thanks for tuning in. An oasis is something that provides refuge, relief, or a pleasant contrast, and that is exactly what you will find tuning into the Oasis podcast. This is a space where I and special guests will be cultivating intentional and honest conversations about life's journey. Subscribe everywhere you listen to podcasts and watch us on YouTube now.
Hey y'all. So I'm gonna start off by saying excuse the background noise because I'm actually at the park taking a walk. Today I just felt like being in nature. A lot of things on my mind, and I wanted to just record while they were still pretty much fresh in my mind. So how y'all doing? I personally am asking the question and don't even know how to answer for myself. I've been in a really interesting headspace. I won't say that it's particularly negative, but it definitely isn't my happiest. And I just wanted to really just reach out and share thoughts and feelings and really just see if this resonates with other people. So I've, of course, been in therapy and trying to unpack these things and been able to kind of talk to a few people in my circle. And we all seem to be experiencing just some similar things. And I don't know. I don't know if it's because of retrogrades happening. I don't know if we just collectively as people just going through some things after, of course, COVID. And now we're getting back to this quote unquote normal. And I don't know. I really just don't know. But I'm feeling just not necessarily all over the place, and not necessarily stressed either, but it's more so kind of a little unmotivated, not particularly excited or happy about my professional life, trying to figure out what direction I want to go into professionally, but in my personal life. I am creeping up on a birthday, and I don't know if that also has something to do with it. And I just been in a mode of like really looking into those internal feelings and those parts of me, as well as looking at those personal relationships. But doing all that and still in a mindset of I don't give a fuck all at the same time, which is just a weird space to just be in. And I want to know, is other people really feeling like that? Like, I swear, like a few months ago, I was so focused. I was sure. I knew. I literally just knew. Now I just am like, I don't know. I don't know. And I know I need to sit down and meditate and really pray on some things to really figure out, what the blockage is, if there is any, or just to focus on what the next steps are. And I know I need to do that, and I haven't done it just yet, but I plan on doing that soon. However, right now, there's also a part of me that's kind of like, just also sit in it and let kind of just, I don't know if that's a good thing either. I don't know if I'm sitting in it or want to sit in it because I don't actually want to tackle what's been in my head. I sometimes have those moments where I'm just like, I feel like that's going to be overwhelming. I feel like that's going to be overly emotional. I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if it's one of those or if it's like, yeah, spirit is just like, sit your ass down, and just think and focus. It's like this part of me of like all of what 2020, I felt, at least for me, I've had nothing but time to sit down and think about stuff. And so I guess I was in a mindset of thinking 2021 was going to be different, was going to be active and, pulling the trigger on a lot of things. But it didn't necessarily go that way. And I think that might be part of it. And maybe 2021 is also going to be a year to sit down, Because let's be real, right? When life gets started, and for some of you, life probably already got started again. When life gets started, there ain't going to be time to just sit. You're probably going to be wishing and praying for these moments to just sit and be lost and not be super active. I mean, I've been traveling, and that's been wonderful, and I miss that very much. So I'm able to do that, but I still don't feel like I'm doing much of anything, even though, I'm working, I guess. And I'm being social, I'm interacting, you know, it just still feels like something more needs to be done. And I just wonder if others are feeling that way. And if you are, just really let me know. Like, share if you have been in this space, what you've done and how you've overcome it. If you have, if you haven't, and you're currently there, let me know why you think you're there. Or if you have any suggestions at all. I'm really trying to lean on faith and, of course, be positive. But again, I don't want to be super positive when it's unrealistic. I don't like being overly positive and especially if it doesn't feel right. Because, there is such a thing as toxic positivity. That word toxic we all love. And I know people always say, fake it till you make it. I'm not really one of those people. I can't fake it till I make it. But I am trying to not fall into a super negative space or just think things are going to crash and burn, even though it's hard not to feel that way with certain things. But please do share. Are you in that same space? Have you been experiencing these same things? And I guess let's figure out how to really overcome it.
For today's Connection Corner, I leave you with reset, readjust, restart, refocus as many times as you need to. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for tuning into this week's episode of the Oasis podcast. I hope you were able to find something that resonated with you on your journey. Don't forget to subscribe everywhere you listen to podcasts and YouTube. Rate us and leave us a review and comment on Apple Podcasts or iTunes and YouTube. Share your favorite episode and like us on Instagram and Facebook. If you have any questions, comments, want to be a guest, or have show ideas, contact us at ajaysoasis@gmail.com. That's AAYJAYSOASIS@gmail.com, or direct message us on Instagram or Facebook.